Check out our friends at Iron Wolf Ranch and Distillery in the beautiful hill country just down the road in Spicewood.
Go there for cocktails, live music, and fun times. Plus, grab a bottle to go.
They're family and dog friendly with 15 acres of games and hill country views, award-winning craft spirits. They have it all.
Bring your pack. It's a really cool vibe. There's something for everyone.
Ask for Iron Wolf at local bars and restaurants. Check them out online and social media.
Iron Wolf Ranch and Distillery, bold spirits, Texas attitude.
You're listening to CobraCast.
The cobra injects deadly venom through its fangs, like toxins through a pair of hypodermics.
This is the CobraCast, and here's your host, Bobby Sharron.
Please welcome to episode number 359 of the CobraCast podcast with me, your designated driver for tonight. Anyways, we're gonna get through this tonight. Anyways, my special guests are the Lowdown Shakes. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
How's it going?
We made it.
We're here.
It was
We're there.
It was an iffy situation. We were going to do this tonight because the brand new streaming rig that I bought about a month or two ago kind of was freezing up all over the place. So if it does happen again, I apologize ahead of time. So anyways, we got Carlos in the house, Walker in the house, and Brent in the house.
How's it going?
It's going. Hey, so how did your show go the other night?
It was good. It went pretty good. I mean, obviously, we're supposed to open for DZ, but
right,
he had to back out for some reason. So it was just us and the DC Bangers, who I think you had on this show too.
Right. Yeah, I'm friends with those guys.
Yeah, they're good people. We met them that night, and they're awesome guys and great band too.
Oh yeah.
They
sounded good.
Yeah, they should have been headlining. For some reason, they put us headlining. I don't know why, but
so it ended up just being the two of us, our band and theirs, and they let us headline for them for some reason, and it went.
Yeah,
we had to double our set list.
I mean, for only our second show ever, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Second
too.
show as a band.
We're 2 shows in and playing on that stage. That's pretty special.
Yeah, that's a cool place. I heard that they redid like the whole sound system and everything, and it looked a lot cleaner on stage. I don't know if you've ever been on that stage before, but after a good rock and roll club, always when you go on the stage is filled with duct tape and wood.
Yeah.
Wood dust from drumsticks and and all that kind of stuff. It looked pretty clean when I saw it.
No, it was
about scratching up the stage floor.
I don't know. Really? What did I do? No one told me that.
Baby era.
Yeah. So I heard that they redid the whole joint and everything. You have a pretty decent crowd over there for it.
They what?
You have a pretty
people maybe.
Yeah, I mean it looked pretty empty for that big of a place. It was about maybe 30 people in there, somewhere in that.
Yeah, because I don't even know what the capacity for it is right now with the way they're doing things over there. It's like 100 and 150, I think, maybe.
I would probably guess maybe a little bit more than that, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously with Dizzy not being there, it was a little bit different. Instead of being only our second show, kind of being like...
yeah.
Like, hey, Mom, Dad, you want to come see a show?
Hey, but they rescheduled it though, right?
Yes. It's going to be in...
May 13th,
I think so. Or... May or June, I can't remember, but we have the date. I should know that.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same lineup as before then?
Right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I know my boys in Blackheart Saints are on that one too, so.
Yeah, they backed out too after DZ did. So it was just us two, DZ Bangers and us.
But it was a good experience, the first time being on that stage, being... it's going from like the bar gigs and things like that to a stage like that, there's a bit of a learning curve. And it's good to get up there, get that experience. So, the more we do it, the better we'll get and the more comfortable we'll be.
It's like a practice run.
Yeah, it was a practice show.
Yeah, and then we'll be up there doing a half-hour set with just our best stuff, all original.
Yeah.
You know, when they hit us with the next, well, you got to play an hour. We kind of went, oh, okay, all right, we'll fill that somehow. All right, change plans, change
throw some
course.
covers in there.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it was a laid back kind of night though, so that's good. You got
It was, yeah, absolutely.
like a paid rehearsal almost, I guess.
Right.
Basically, yeah, we probably kind of need some things like that on stages like that, because like I said, it is a lot different from that system to like just plugging into the wall at the local bars. You know what I mean?
They probably have one of the best systems in town, I'm thinking right now.
No, it really will. I mean, there's something about being on a stage where every time you hit a chord, you feel the stage vibrate under your feet.
Oh yeah,
there's that energy to it.
A cocoon, and it was just like sound bouncing off everywhere. It was awesome.
You just gotta watch your head when you go up that ramp.
Yes. Especially this guy. What tall are you?
6'5".
Yeah.
But I'm used to. I hit my head on normal doorways, so I'm used to that. Like that. The fact that there was a sign, that I was like, all right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah.
I was helping my buddy with a gig there one night, and he was running up there, and he wasn't looking, and he just hit his forehead, and he just tumbled down the rest of the ramp.
That ramp is slippery too. I almost ate it while we were loading in. Yeah,
carrying heavy stuff up and down it.
Hey, so who came up with the name Lowdown Shakes? What's that all about?
Carlos.
So it came from. I'm a huge blues fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it came from Robert Johnson lyric, Delta blues player from the 30s.
Right, I know you're talking about.
One of his songs, Preaching Blues, the lyric goes, "The blues is a low down shaking chill." So once I heard it, I was like, okay, that's it. Actually, I heard that because we have a group chat going with the band. And, well, first of all, like, coming up with a band name is probably the hardest thing.
It's the worst part of the whole band, yeah.
Yeah. It was like,
it is.
Probably months of back and forth with names. But once I heard that line, I thought the shaking chills. And I sent it to these guys, and it was like the same response as always, like, man, I don't know, maybe, we'll just put it in the maybe pile. And then the drummer that we had at the time, he's the one that said Lowdown Shakes.
Cool.
So we just, that's where that came from.
Kelly?
And then we fired him because that's
Kelly
what he
did
was
And that was his one contribution to the band.
Well, hey, man, that's how.
a good one.
Thanks, now get out.
That's how the Rolling Stones got their name off of an old blues tune. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So how did you guys all meet and get the band together?
Carlos and I worked together for a while. We built guitars for callings.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's how Walker and I met. I think I met you first, and we started playing at some point, like just in your apartment, just meeting, just jamming.
Yeah.
And I was already in another band, Zach Willer band, local country act here.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of him. Yeah.
Is a bass player too there, so that's how we met. So whenever we decided to put something together, Walker and I asked Brent if he'd be interested in joining.
Brent wasn't in it before me.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did I get my well, it's with some the timelines maybe
Right.
there,
a little
but
mixed
yeah,
up.
That was
but...
that.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? I had a question on my brain and stuff. I just can't remember what it was. I don't write. See, my thing is, I never write anything down at all for questions. I just kind of, because I really don't know you guys at all, and so I'm just kind of like asking questions like I would ask you if I saw you out, you know.
Yeah, it's like we're just sitting at the bar, pretty much. Yeah.
That's how this show's kind of built. Speaking of, I don't have a drink, so I need to pour one here in a second.
Whoa.
It's funny because I have a sponsorship from a distillery, and I have mucho booze in the house, and I usually have a drink, but tonight with all these technical difficulties, I didn't make anything for myself. So.
What do you need the drink?
I know.
You can relax now.
It's gonna be one of those nights. It looks like so. So how long you guys been together for?
So it's taken longer than I'd like to admit to get this thing going.
Well, there's a pandemic in there too.
Well, that was
yeah.
why. So we started playing together at the beginning of 2019. And we went. I mean, drummers was our
how many drummers
issue. We've gone through 4 drummers in the 2 years.
It's always the drummers all the time, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're a drummer too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much retired now, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that first guy, we had him for about 8 months. But it just didn't work out. And then we moved on from him. It took us about a month to find somebody else. But then that guy couldn't do it because work stuff. So we waited for him for a couple of months and he still couldn't do it. So we just were like, okay, we got to find somebody else. So we got another guy a couple of months later. He was in the band for
Darren.
How long? Maybe like another 8 months, maybe?
Good bit.
And he's actually the guy that recorded the single that we have out.
Okay.
But the week after we came back from the studio, he quit. So we're like
the recording apparently.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys can't catch a break over there, huh?
I know, man. So it's been like having to start over with 4 different people in the last
all the songs and
2 years, and then
get used to their style.
Yeah, and we recorded the single on the beginning of 2020, like in February or January, I can't remember. And then, well, the pandemic happened, so everything shut down, and now we're starting to get it going again. So
we didn't even practice for the first 4 months of COVID.
Yeah, because we just weren't sure like what to do. So you know what? Let's just wait and figure it out from there.
I think people are still trying to figure it out. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not really, because I know I was talking to a buddy of mine, Christopher, today, and he plays with. God, I gotta think of who he plays with. But anyways, he's a drummer, and he plays drums for a living. That's what he does. And he's like, I'm not going to go out and play anything till this whole thing settled down, And I think he's got his first vaccination. He's going for a second one, I think, next month. But there's a lot of people out there playing to full capacity crowds already. And. I'm not gonna say you're either on one side or the other, but you kind of are. You know what I mean? I'm in the kind of mode where I'm not really comfortable going out. Because I was gonna go to that Dizzy Reed show, and I was like going, and I'm kind of glad that he did cancel in a weird way because, I don't know what the crowd was gonna look like, or if it was gonna be mask or non-mask, or how that whole thing was gonna work. But I'm not really. Yeah,
well, because you want some alcohol and get the music going. You don't how they act definitely.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that they don't understand is like you can put all these provisions down for people to come in and wear a mask and to do all this special stuff, but once the liquor starts flowing, people are being there goes the mask and fuck this. I'm not sitting down at my table. I'm gonna go hang out with my buddies. And it gets a little nutty, but. Yeah, I think. Hopefully,
I played some shows during the whole thing, and at least for the band, at a lot of these places, you can kind of keep yourself separated.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a door behind the stage or off to the side, you can kind of do your own thing. But yeah, mingling with the crowd is something that you try to avoid, which is unfortunate because that's part of what you want to do at the shows. But before or after is meet everyone. You got to kind of, I guess I have based it on how everyone's acting. If they're walking around with masks off and running around and doing all that, I just don't really mess with it, But I don't know. I work at a bar too. I think Carlos does too. And just with the reopening and things like that, I feel like people are starting to get a little more just relaxed with the whole thing. So
well, because I know didn't Abbott come out and say that they were going to open up 100% as of the 10th or something like that?
Yeah. I think capacity wise, but most places, at least in the Austin area, have kept the capacity pretty limited still. Maybe a little bit more than it was, but you still got to wear masks at most places. You got to, unless you're sitting down talking to people, you got to stay with your group, and if you're moving around, you got to have a mask on. Us as staff have masks on the whole time. So
because
basically just venues are allowed to or let people wear a mask or not. It's up to them,
Right.
That's really all the mandate did.
Yeah, and it really looks like that the clubs are kind of sticking with the mask no matter what, the governor says, kind of a thing. So, it's
for the most part,
try to want to get through this thing in one piece, and it would kind of go by a lot quicker if people would kind of just, suck it up and wear a mask. I don't understand what the big deal is, but and I'm sure you've seen it way more than I have with patrons not wanting to do anything. They're like, oh, fuck this thing. I'm just gonna, it's not a thing at all, and yada yada, and all that kind of thing.
It's a private business, and we can kind of dictate those things. You know what I mean? Because they go, "Well, Governor Abbott said." I'm like, "Well, if Governor Abbott told you something you didn't like, you wouldn't follow that, would you?" But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just 'cause you like,
Governor Abbott don't own this bar, so
Yeah, like so. There's the door.
Yeah. So.
Hey, so you guys, Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I've seen more people just kind of walking in, just like, we're going to do what we want, and you got to go. Like, yeah, it's not really how it works.
It's a tough thing, man.
Yeah, just don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Just wear a mask.
It's really not that hard.
Be considerate of others if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so are you guys recording? I know you put out a single. Are you guys in the studio recording more stuff right now, or?
We're not at the moment, but we're definitely planning on
sure.
it. Again, with the pandemic, we recorded that first single the beginning of last year. So we're like excited about it. Okay, we got a single. We're gonna get the ball rolling. We're gonna start playing shows. And then, the drummer quit, so got to find another guy.
Shit, yeah.
The set list, and then once we did, March happened, so everything shut down. And we're still like finishing that wave right now. But yeah, we have more originals that we want to put down. And the plan is just record a couple more singles here and there. And then once we have 2 or 3 out, record another 3 or 4 at the same time and put everything out in one, like an EP or a full length. We don't know yet, but that's the plan for now.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the last podcast, and it's like, everybody's got their secret sauce on how to release stuff now. It's either singles or, EPs or full lengths or double albums or,
Right.
I got a weird feeling that you're going to see a lot of like really big full albums coming out.
Yeah,
double album,
double records.
It's all coming out. It's like, put it all in there.
I was talking to this girl. I know she's in a band, and she was telling me. I was asking her. I said, "Hey," I know you guys are all cooped up. I said, I know you're writing for your second record. How you guys doing? She goes, "Well, we got enough good material for like 2.5 records right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you gonna do with it all?" She goes, "I don't know." I said, "Well, I would do a double album. Why the hell not?"
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like been a, I guess, unforeseen positive thing of all this. Is a lot of the, the projects that I work with. A lot of them are, we've been able to get our shit together a little bit more, kind of plan some things, get more prepared. Because a lot of times with the bands, people are working, and you're getting one thing done at a time. This is giving people time to get a bunch of shit done. You know what I mean? And kind of be prepared to maybe get the plan together and then get the material together without the pressure of live gigs and normal life. You know what I mean? And having to work to afford to live in this town.
Yeah, no shit. I was watching that.
It's only gotten crazier. Apparently, we've been
I was watching that on the news today. They were talking about how people can't afford to live in Austin anymore.
Yeah, apparently the housing market's got doubled in the last 2 months.
Yeah. Shit, it's almost tripled up here.
Yeah, I live in Cedar Park, so it's just kind of like it's wild up there. You know what I mean? So,
I got a buddy is an artist, and he lives in an apartment right now, and he's looking for a house in the Austin area. And he told me, he goes, "Dude," he goes, "I can't find anything." He goes, "I'm pre-approved for this amount of money, and it's a lot of money, and he can't find anything." Because anytime you try to find something and you find something you like, there's like a bidding war.
Yeah, people are paying cash. They're not even
crazy.
He was approved for a ton of money and can't get it because it's not cash.
Yeah, crazy money. So now he's looking in Waco and stuff. And he's in
is growing crazy further and further out. So I mean, in some ways that's good because there are venues opening up and things like that. So. Being a part of that whole scene for a long time, it's cool to have those opportunities, but to live there, I'm living in a room, in a house. Sometime. I'll take a room.
Room. I don't
go to the bathroom every now and again.
I honestly don't understand how Austin musicians can even afford to live in this town now, because I hear about some of the rents that people are paying for apartments, and I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Oh my God. I remember, when I lived in an apartment 20 years ago, I was paying $650, maybe $700, maybe for like a one bedroom with a study,
Yeah, probably like 16.
And now it's like $1,200-$1,400 for that. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the reason I bought a house. I could buy a house and pay a little bit more and actually have something. So that's what I did 20 years ago, and sitting on a gold mine now,
Yeah, exactly.
Should have became a musician, is what you're saying.
Well, no, that's part of the reason why I gave it up. I was that guy. I was that guy that was like, I don't want to be. My whole thing was I didn't want to be 40 years old and like living on my dad's couch. You know what I mean? That was my thing. So, and when I kind of got out of it, it was when the whole cover and the whole tribute act thing started blowing up. And nobody was playing original music because everybody wanted to play covers. And I was like, man, I think I'm going to go find a real job.
They're chasing the money and the corporate gigs and the things like that. You know, it's entertaining the people who aren't really here to see the original music and do all that. I mean, it's that's a thing. I got a lot of buddies I used to play in some original bands with, and they went that route.
Yeah. Well, you can't blame them.
Yeah, that's where the money is. I mean, they're not going to, if they have like a corporate event, are they going to pay us to play originals, or are you going to entertain your employees with, you know, Journey and I don't know who else. It's a lot of Journey.
A lot of Journey.
Jovi. That should be the name of the band. It's the Jovi Journey.
The Jovi Journey.
Jovi Journey.
Yeah, it's if I hear Jesse's Girl one more time, I'm going to stab myself in the eye with a fork or something.
I come to the bar about his band. And we said, like, what do you play? Covers, originals? He goes, all covers. I wouldn't want to bore you with our originals. And I was like, damn, man, just like punch yourself in the dick, why don't you?
Yeah, if they're that bad, why are you writing them? You know what I mean?
Well, music is about playing your own stuff and having your own voice, and not just regurgitating something that someone else did a long time ago, I think.
Yeah,
but,
you know, I'm on the same boat, but you know, I've been doing this podcast for about 5 years, and in the beginning, I had a hatred towards cover bands. You know what I mean? I couldn't stand them. I thought they all should, you know, be thrown off a cliff and all that kind of shit. You know, but now I understand the whole thing. It's if you want to go out there and you want to play other people's music and make money doing it, man. You know, who am I to say you're wrong? You know what I mean? Because people enjoy it. You know.
I mean, as long as you enjoy it, that's what you like to do. Then go for it. It's not a problem. Yeah. We play covers, and I enjoy playing covers, but we don't want to be a cover band. You know, like we want to play, I don't know, 80-90% original material, and then throw a cover here and there.
Yeah, so I'm more.
It's a process, and
Yeah, so I'm more, you know, my thing is like a long time ago, I used to have cover bands on that were friends of mine, but then it got to a point like, you know, what am I really trying to prove with this? You know what I mean? It's just, they're fun guys and whatever, but, you know, I really want to get Austin artists on here, original bands, you know, and showcase their work. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about for me now.
That's awesome. It's hard to do, you know, to try to survive and then write the music and then try to get people to hear it and to come out to these shows, because it's easier for, you know, people to stay in their neighborhood and have the cover band come right to where they're at. It's tough to get people to come downtown or to come to some of these places to see you for an hour or pay a cover to see that. It's not really what's happening that much unless you get to a certain level. But
that's what we just saw this past weekend at Come and Take It. Like, we both live up north. He lives south. Mm-hmm. But trying to get our friends to come down to drive 35 minutes down, 35 to go catch a show, it was, I mean, not a whole lot of people showed up. I invited a bunch of people and only a few showed up. But I understand that, like, just don't feel like driving, you know? Yeah. But yeah, that's where it's at right now.
I mean, when I go down there, it's usually like a 40-45 minute drive, you know, from Georgetown. It's pretty far.
Georgetown for sure. Georgetown.
But like I said, you know, I try to get down there as much as I can. And the last time I was down there was, I think, January of last year, you know?
Right. Yeah.
You know, because we do that CobraCast, you know, birthday bash over there every January. Okay. And, you know, that big monster show. And that was the last time I was there. And then in March, everything kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
You know, and then they closed like right after that. And there was talks of them closing down. I think I heard like, you know, about rumors them shutting down the place like in June or July, you know. And thank God they didn't. I was like, man, I hope they don't close the doors on that place, because that's like the best place in town. It really is.
That would have been a sad day for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a lot of clubs that didn't make it out, so I don't know. It's tough.
Back. I mean, downtown's definitely changed. I mean, I've been playing down there for 13 years, and when I guess I was playing with some of what would be considered older guys now, but hearing them talk about what it was like. I mean, but you'd be down there and they would say everyone would be playing a bar and everyone would kind of go back and forth and all this, and now it's a different scene. And I don't know if, you know, there's a lot of clubs down there and all this stuff that really, it's not really tailored to seeing live local bands. It's just the way when you walk down there, I don't know how many clubs are set up for that right now, you know?
Like I said, I haven't been on
the crowd wants to see that. I don't know if the crowd wants to see that.
I haven't been on 6th Street. I couldn't tell you the last time I was down there, but you know, the Warehouse District, they're all, you know, they're always going to have bands down there, Speakeasy, those places like that. You know, but 6th Street, I don't know. I honestly think what's going to happen with that whole area, I think, you know, it's just going to get sucked up and bought up by a bunch of rich people, and they're going to just make condos out of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's already happened already, because someone was telling me, you know, an insider was telling me that some company, and this is a while back, went down there and bought like 20 or 30 clubs in that area, bought the buildings, and that's where you heard about the rents getting tripled and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And a couple of them had to close down because of all that. Because like, how many? Okay, you know, I usually paid $10,000 a month, and now I'm have to pay $30,000 a month. It's like, how the hell am I going to do this? You know, that kind of thing.
Can't do it. Can't survive like that.
Well, I mean, if they're paying that much in rent, but they're not paying the bands anymore.
Yeah,
you know, it's honestly. I mean, I would like to play every weekend, but I mean, you lose. I mean, I'd rather go to work and make money and, you know, like live a decent life, but to go down there and play. I mean, I'd rather play less and play better spots rather than play all the time. It's just not worth it. I mean, I did it in my 20s, and it's
yeah, I hear you on that one. Well,
it
was like, no, not doing it anymore. Well, it was cool then, but no, not anymore.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Well, I you know,
totally sad at the end, actually.
Think about it.
I think, in my opinion, you know, and the people I talk to, you know, I don't think the scene's going to be like really in Austin anymore. You know, for like original bands. I think what's going to happen is it's happening right now. It's going to be on the outskirts of Austin. You know, Round Rock's got a pretty good scene now. You know,
that thing is growing.
Round Rock is down. I mean, you know, we playing with some other bands, and I know Carlos has worked down there. So playing those places is where it's at. You kind of got to go to the crowds because a lot of people are leaving downtown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, people are moving out to Round Rock and Cedar Park and all those, and it's cool to be a part of those venues because, I mean, obviously working there and all that, people already know you. You're a part of the community,
right?
And I mean, like I said, people don't want to go and get drunk or drink or whatever and then drive back. They'd rather go, 10 minutes to the bar or whatever around where they're at. You know, so.
In Georgetown, there's this new place, Barrels and Amps, I think it's called.
Oh, that place is killer. I've been there a few times.
Yeah, I haven't been, but I keep hearing about it. Yeah.
Have you ever been to one bar before?
Yeah, I've been there. I've heard about it a bunch. Yeah.
But you've been there though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you go into Barrel and Amps, when you walk in, it looks just like one bar. The way the stage is set up, the way everything is, it's just the way everything's set up. It could be like its twin brother. Except the bar is on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side, but it looks exactly the same.
Creative.
No, but I'll tell you though, it's a
I really did that there.
It's a great live venue though, man. The PA is
exactly. No, you're saying if it's like 1-to-1 bar, that's fantastic. I mean, they were
same owner or something.
Yeah, I know some really great artists who played there and love 1-to-1 bar. So if there's a place like that in Georgetown, I mean,
yeah, Georgetown's got a couple of 2-3 spots in the square now over here. And they're nice clubs. They're putting money into them. They're not holes, you know.
No. I mean, we played. We've seen like Round Rock Tavern change overnight.
Oh yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Have you been there since the pandemic?
I used to live there like up until the pandemic, and then after that, I haven't been there. But I heard they put a second floor in and all this stuff and everything else.
Put a rooftop now, and
real nice.
Oh wow!
I mean, lights for the bands and everything.
It's completely different than what it was.
It's really nice in there. I mean, yeah.
Well, they were having
the best bar in downtown Round Rock now.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, they were having national acts in there too, so.
Yeah, they were getting some of the national touring acts to cruise through there. So yeah, they're trying to bring that thing to obviously the Round Rock, North Austin area.
They're doing it right. Yeah.
Well, that whole where Round Rock Tavern is, that whole area, that main street right there. If you go past Round Rock Tavern, there's like a couple 2-3 bars right next to it, and then you keep going down the street. They're putting a bunch of clubs in.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It sort of reminds me of like 6th Street back in like the early 90s.
Right.
When it was sort of clean and there wasn't a bunch of bums trying to stab you and all that shit, Yeah. It's sort of like that. Because it was really strange with that whole area because it was they had a curfew of it was like 10 or 11 o'clock. So if you're a band playing there, once it hit like 10 or 11, you had to stop. And I remember being at a show. I'm like, what's going on? And we got a curfew. I'm like, what? So you see all the patrons from all the other bars get in the middle of the street, walk into their cars, and it's like 10 o'clock. So finally they lifted it, and I think it's 2:00 now.
Yo, it used to be midnight.
Yeah, well, a lot of the
couple
bars
years
closed
ago.
at midnight. Yeah, they probably got it till 2:00.
But now I know now it's up till 2.
Well,
With
that's
everything
good.
moving out there, I'm sure they're like, you make more money, and
Yeah.
it's obviously more people moving there. They want more. I mean, people are moving to Austin to live the lifestyle and to experience those things. So if you move out to Round Rock and everything closes at 10, I mean, it's kind of, you're not really getting it. So
Yeah, but that whole area is really picking up. There's a lot of little clubs going in there, so it's gonna be an alternative to doing a downtown scene.
Right.
And I think a lot of it, most of it's original bands, which is really cool. So I'm excited about it.
yeah, hopefully, I mean, it takes places like that and the crowd investing in young bands, and things like that to give you a chance, because you got to get on the, like I said, even going to Come and Take It Live or some of the other stages you get on. It's a bit of a learning curve to play those bigger, better spots and those sound systems. And you got to give people a chance to sort of get their feet wet and, flounder for a moment and then, get it together. I mean, you got to give people a chance, It's you can't just hop on there and kill it the first time,
Yeah, it's just not gonna
a lot of
happen.
the bands we love, they say, overnight success, but it's like they're like a 10-year overnight success, like
Exactly.
I don't know if I got 10 more years in me, but
I didn't know that PA, that stage over at Come and Take It, was so intimidating to everybody.
I think a lot of it is just learning to hear yourself, make sure everyone hears themselves. I think that's a big thing, because like I said, most of us were playing probably at the bars, and you're plugging into the wall, and you maybe have one monitor,
Right?
And now you get the whole thing, and you would think you can hear everything once you start playing, because there's so much, and sometimes you're up there like, I can't hear a damn thing,
Right?
I can, you know what I mean?
My monitor wasn't on the whole time we were playing.
Yeah,
And more often than not.
we all stopped after the first song, and I was like, I need more bass, and they were like, so do I. And you're going like, oh yeah, because at first you're just sitting there going like, this is the loudest thing I've ever experienced. You know what I mean? Like, of course this is going to be great. And then like halfway through the first song, I'm like, I'm just trusting myself. I'm just trusting that I'm hitting.
I think it goes this way.
I think I hit the right thing right.
Yeah, that PA when it's done right out front is blistering, man. Because they do it for our show. It's like, man, it is loud.
Yeah. Oh
it's really. I've seen a few shows there. I remember I went to see the Dead Daisies there play.
Oh yeah, I was at the show. Yeah, I went to.
It was one of the loudest shows I've ever been to. It was so good.
We got off stage and everyone was like, "Man, you guys were so loud," and we're like, "Well, we had nothing to do with that, actually." Remember when you played like the bars and you're running the PA, it is on you. But then you go to those places, you go, "I had no control over that." You're like, it was that guy behind you. Get pissed at him.
Well, you guys get to experience it again here in a couple months, so.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, so are you guys? You all from Texas or?
I'm from Texas.
Are you?
No,
I'm the only one.
He's the only Texan.
I'm from Houston originally.
I've been here 20 years. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
No,
I'm originally from Buffalo, New York.
I'm originally from Connecticut. I've been here like 30 years, so.
Damn Yankees.
I know, huh?
All right. Yeah. How'd you like the snow, my man?
Oh, the snowpocalypse. Oh man.
Yeah.
That was. I'll tell you what. I've been here in December. It'll be 30 years. Okay. And that was the most snow I've ever seen here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For
sure. The first, the prequel or the snowpocalypse, the
first one,
the one where it was like for one day. I was like, this is impressive. You guys are crushing it right now.
Usually,
and then the next time was way crazier.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Usually you get a little dusting or something, and it's all pretty and stuff, and then the sun comes out and melts it.
Snowman, it's mostly dirt with some snow.
It's falling apart as soon as build it.
Yeah. Then it melts immediately. This was like, this is here to stay for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you, what do you call it? The tree cutters and the plumbers are going to be driving like Rolls Royces by the end of the year. So
yes, they're busy right now.
Yeah, my plumber buddy, we were partying pretty hard that week.
It's on him.
He was like, "What do you want, bro?" I was like, "I should probably go home." Is what that means.
I was lucky. My next door neighbor's trees got hammered, and mine had like one branch, and he was getting his cut. So he asked me, "Goes, hey, you want this guy to prune your trees because." He's gonna be locked up for a while, but he's gonna do mine like tomorrow or the next day. So I had mine done like right after it happened.
Yeah, we did it right away at my house. Just got it all taken care of like that.
But I mean,
we needed some stuff done anyways, and then that happened. It was like, you know what? Let's just knock this out.
Yeah, but knock on wood, I didn't have anything really wrong with my place. I kind of did all the pre-winterizing on the house and everything. But man, I had some friends that their houses got destroyed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people went through that. It was
not prepared for that
definitely
situation, for sure.
Yeah.
I think we went like 10 days without water. And
Oh, wow.
7 days without electricity. Yeah.
Walker doesn't shower anyway.
It wasn't much of a change.
Yeah. He does that little just it's a wet wipe and just cleans it up.
He's out in the river or something.
Just want to brush his teeth before he goes into the rehearsal space. We're working on that still.
I'll tell you what, man. My electric
mouth when he sings. Quick, get him one.
my electric bill came in last week.
He's not even denying it.
As long as you're not farting.
Can't promise anything, my man.
My electric bill came in last week, and I didn't open it. I waited till my girlfriend got home, and I said, okay, let's sit down, and we're going to open this really slowly, right? Because I thought I was going to get fucking destroyed. I really thought. Because you heard it.
How bad was it? Was it bad or?
Well, no. So what the deal? You've heard about these people that get these like what $15,000 electric bills because of all this shit.
That's what I heard too.
And mine was like, my gas bill was like $10 under what it usually is, right? Yeah, and then the electric bill was like maybe $1 over I paid the month before.
Okay. Yeah.
And the way, because
those bigger companies, those like more standard companies,
I think
they didn't charge you more. I think it was the smaller ones and people who were playing that like
some company called
playing the market. It was all good, but it was normal. And then when it got bad, they were like, "Oh shit!"
So I don't know how if those people have to pay that or not, man. Because that would probably bank.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of those companies that did that are
get
some trouble. Yeah.
$15,000 electric bill or something. It's like, come on, give me a break now.
Like, who has that
That's
money?
when the free market gets a little too free there. Rein that guy in.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you got to pay for power that you didn't get? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, that was it too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't have power for a week, but I got to pay for it. How the hell does that work? Hey, so why don't we do this right now? Let's play this tune you got. At least get one out there. So, anyways, On the Run. Anything about this song at all?
Well, Walker came up with most of the music for that. He's really good at bringing in like ideas of music. Like, okay, I have this and I have that and I have that. Kind of comes together. So then we all as a band put it all together. Like, okay, this is gonna be the intro. This is gonna be the verses. And it sounds like a chorus, so that should be the chorus. And then once we have that.
Puzzle it together.
Yeah, it's just like putting a big puzzle together, and then I take it home, put some words to it, and bring it back. And
Carlos writes some great lyrics. So.
I'm trying. It takes me a long time, but I'm trying.
Lyrics are the worst.
Lines in there.
It's lyrics and band names are the worst.
Right? Yes. Yeah. I'm learning my lesson.
Yeah.
All right, so let's give this a run here. On the Run, people.
Let's do it.
There it is.
There it is.
That's a long song.
It's a long one. It's all good though.
Sure is. We can't seem to write a song under 6 minutes.
If the conversation gets stale, just play it again. Just do it again.
Okay.
If there's any dead space, just be like, hey, bam, back at it.
Hey, I've done that before, actually. I've actually done that before.
Well, you have our permission.
Next time we'll have 2 songs.
The jokes stop flowing. Just hit the button, man.
I heard
like, hey, we got a request for that last one.
I heard an interview today. I don't listen to that many podcasts, but I was listening to this interview with the bass player from Tesla. Remember that band Tesla?
Yeah.
And
they make good cars too, man.
yeah, no kidding. But so anyways, this guy was asking him, a bunch of questions, and it was a bunch of one-word answers, and then he just, I don't know if he was like smoking a blunt or something while he was talking to him or whatever, but he was just totally out of it, right? And the guy was interviewing him was just like, he was getting pissed off because he wasn't giving him anything, So finally the interviewer just takes a sip of beer and you hear him burp in the background. So anyway, so the guy from Tesla goes, hey, he starts yelling at his dog and everything. Stop making noise. I'm in an interview over here or whatever. So finally he goes, hey man, he goes, I'm gonna give you one more question, and then I got to roll. I got like 2 more of these to do. And the guy goes like, I'm good. I don't need any more. See you later. And that was it.
God,
dude,
legend.
Let me tell you, man, the dude was so frustrated. It was like one of those kind of, it's like a train wreck. You didn't want to look away, but it was.
Yeah, you just gotta keep see what happens.
Cool.
It was fucking. Yeah, I felt bad for the guy because it was. He didn't want to tell him anything,
Well, I gotta go, man. I'm just.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. I actually found a nice Belgian beer in my refrigerator.
There we go.
Welcome.
Someone left them here, so people leave booze over here all the time, and I'm going through all the booze.
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
I got besides the Iron Wolf, people leave Jack Daniels. I have a thing of Espolone over here and all sorts of cool stuff. Say, so you guys I know you have the Dizzy Reed thing coming up, but do you have anything else on the books?
Nothing at the moment, no. Yeah.
Way to be prepared.
Yeah, right?
Look at something. Yeah, as soon as you got this shit, go. We're playing a bat mitzvah in a week.
Did I tell you guys?
There's good money in bar mitzvahs.
As soon as we can, we're playing a birthday party or something.
So yeah, Sweet 16 parties, those are big.
Right.
Yeah, they pay well.
Big money in those. Hey.
Once we get that wedding reception gig, we're gonna call it quits.
That's it. Yes.
They're the ultimates of the wedding gigs, though. Those are the ones you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His girlfriend's a wedding photographer, so we're just trying to
we're like a package deal.
Hop in that market. Once she put that advertising out, she's been getting less offers for work, but
hey, you can kind of do like a package deal, the wedding band and the photographer all in one thing.
Exactly. She takes pictures at all of our shows. I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures that we post, but she always takes those and edits them.
She's amazing, man. And we're very lucky that, well, not only that Walker's in the band, but he came with a professional photographer.
Package deal.
So she always comes out, and she's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but does she do it for free though? That's the thing.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. There you go.
Walker pays for it. Walker pays for
it. Yeah.
Sometimes they charge. You never know. Hey, so how did you guys get on that Dizzy Reed bill?
I just send them an email.
Really?
That simple. Yeah.
I think he sent them that recording.
I send them the song. Yeah, just an email with who we are and just a link to the song and Anthony responded the next day, I think it was, just like, hey, I actually have an opening for the DC Reed show. Do you guys want it? And I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. Yep.
Yeah, Anthony's like the coolest guy to deal with, because I deal with him every year on my January show, and he's like nothing but great to us every year.
Yeah, he was awesome.
So that's the only one on the books is that one then, huh?
No,
he wasn't the sound guy, was he?
No, he wasn't there. No.
Yeah, even with most people I know, gigs are kind of just starting to pop back up. You know what I mean?
I don't know anything about Round Rock, but it sounds like we need to go play up there.
Yeah, you need to go check it out.
Yeah. But kind of the thing that we did the past, our first couple of gigs have been sort of, we played an hour last time, but they've been more opening kind of situations where you're only playing an hour and all that. A lot of the gigs you get offered are like 3-4 hour bar gigs. And
those are cover bands, though.
We're not really there yet, and I don't know if we want to do a ton of those. I mean, that's not. I did them for most of my 20s, and it doesn't necessarily seem to lead anywhere. Playing 4 hours, getting the people to stay for 4 hours, it's quite a task.
Usually those 3 or 4 hour gigs are like 3 sets, and they're usually cover bands. So
yeah. I mean, and when you got, you got.
Yeah, I hate doing those shows where you take like 45-minute set and 15-minute break, 45-minute set. I hate doing that. You lose so much momentum in between sets. Like that's like the perfect excuse for people to be like, okay, let's go to the next bar, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, and they want that constant, constant entertainment. I mean, you take a break, it's okay. They just kind of walk off to the next thing. So.
Yeah. Usually with an original band, you play like one long set and that's it. You know?
Yeah, that's ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, and it's, you're not really, and even 4 hours, you're not, if you're doing it for the money, you're still going to be poor. So so why do it? You know, I'd rather just split the money with like an opening band or something, so that you play your best hour, and then maybe the headliner plays 2 hours or so, and then just worry about making money doing something else until
something happens.
Trying to corner a market where you can't get paid.
Hey, I don't want to get off topic here, but tell me about that red Les Paul on the wall over there.
Well, that's my cheap one. That's the good one up there.
I can't see.
This is the one you want to talk about right here.
This is a 1937 Martin.
I only see half of it, so.
Oh. You got the light kind of right on it, but.
Oh wow!
Banging against the wall there. Just.
It's a 1937 Martin R17,
wow.
which is only made for like 7 years or something. It's an OM body shape, but they put on a pressed-on archtop.
Okay.
So they were never real popular, so they're really not worth a whole lot for a pre-war Martin.
That's crazy.
But
it's rare, yeah.
But I've got a pre-war Martin, so
so that matters.
Yeah.
Now I'm a big Les Paul I'm not a guitar player, but I love Les Pauls. That's why I saw that one on.
This one?
Yeah. This one's my baby. That's a Les Paul Standard Premium Plus.
Nice.
This I don't know.
Too many strings.
Carlos plays left-handed, so
yeah, I'm wrong-handed, so I got Les Paul guy too, but I'm the other way.
You can get left-hand Les Pauls.
That one's a 2005. This was a high school graduation present from my parents.
Oh wow!
That's kind of why I play the guitar.
My parents didn't get me anything. You should go get a job.
Congratulations. Get out of the house.
It's crazy what people get for guitars, the vintage ones and stuff. I was reading an article about, I think it was Eric Clapton talking about his guitar collection and what he has in it. Yeah, and it's just some pieces in it that were guitars are worth $1 million or $1.5 million for, a certain year Les Paul or whatever.
The 59s usually.
Yeah, these are the 59s, yeah.
Yeah.
54 Strat and a 59 Les Paul.
Yeah, just a 59, just for being a 59, it's at least $250,000.
Easy.
But if you put the name Eric Clapton next to it too, that goes up to over $1 million. It's crazy, man.
I don't really think it's like a thing with the who owns it kind of a thing. I mean, if someone played it on a certain record or something like that, but I mean, if it's just owned by the thing, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of famous musicians that have guitar collections that they don't even. I think what's his name, Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, has 1,000, 1,500 guitars or something like that. Yeah, and there's stuff he's never played. It's just sitting in a case in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah,
there's a scene in Spinal Tap about that.
Yeah.
Just says the tag on it. Don't touch that.
Don't even look at it.
All right, we're done. We're done here. We're done here. Don't even look at it.
Crazy, man. Well, hey, I'm glad we got this thing rolling tonight because it looks like everything's rolling perfect. This is fantastic. So,
sweet.
I was really worried about it because like I said, everything was kind of freezing up and. It looked like we weren't going to be able to do it. I'm like, man, I'm going to give it one last shot, and I'm glad I did. So,
yeah, and then our camera started messing up too. Yeah, but right when we started, we got it going.
Hey, like I said, technology is great when it works, but when it doesn't work, it's like you look like a bunch of idiots.
That was us.
We tend to have technical difficulties.
I got something. What the hell was this? Oh, someone's popped up and gave me a question here.
Uh-oh.
Do you ever?
It's probably my dad.
It's a dumb question, so I'm not going to ask it. It's a dumb question, so I'm not going to ask it. These people come out here and just.
Now I'm interested.
No, it's about facial hair. It's like they asked me if I can grow facial hair because your guests have more facial hair than you do, and I'm like, what kind of question is that?
The answer is yes.
Well, this beard wouldn't win any contests.
No.
This is,
Let me tell you something.
If Carlos has all his real hair up in his hat. He's got some Jesus locks.
Gotta hide it though.
If you saw my facial hair, like it's like the most horrific looking patch of hair on it. It's terrible. I can't. Yeah. I did that No Shave November one time, for breast cancer or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I got the goatee going, but the sides, you got little pricklies on the side, but there's no hair. It was just stupid. It looked ridiculous. So I didn't win any contests with that one either.
She's like, we're going to talk about hair.
But we'll keep the shirt on, my man.
Yeah.
Midriff is not prepared for video.
Hey, so you guys plan on doing any videos for this stuff or?
Ooh. Well, we did have a little Instagram video we put
My
on
girlfriend's
the website.
dabbling with some wedding videos, so she practices with us. She's the past 2 shows. She hasn't edited the footage from the Come and Take It show, but she's dabbling in some stuff and making music videos. So
we're definitely talking about it, and it's the next single we want to put a video out with it for sure, whenever that is. But hopefully
sooner than later.
In the next few months, yeah.
Do you know who Jonathan Tyler is?
I think I've heard the name. It sounds familiar.
He works with Samstown Point down on the south side of town.
Okay.
And he's got a recording studio back there, and we're thinking about recording with him possibly for our next album.
Oh,
he's
awesome.
got some real cool gear over there.
Man, that's the thing these days. I mean, everybody that I know, very few of them recording big studios anymore. Everybody's got home studios.
Yeah.
And then they're passing tracks back and forth through the net, making records like that, which is kind of crazy.
Right. Yeah, I like getting into the studio, man. I've only done it, I guess, 2 or 3 times now, and it's really an awesome experience to be in. I mean, once again, talking about expensive things, it's not the cheapest thing to do. I mean, I got some people I talk to and we'll go in there and we'll get real creative. I'm like, are you going to pay for that?
Who's going to pay for
that
creative time?
Creative time, my dude? Is that you? It's not me. So you got to spend a lot of time getting it ready. But most of it, I mean, I can go in there and do my stuff and get it done. You know what I mean? If we have enough time to work on it before we go in there.
Yeah, and I mean, we're a rock and roll band, so if you can't track one song in one day, you got a problem,
Yeah.
You just got to get in there and play the song.
Well, that's the thing. That's where pre-production comes in. Have the song totally 100% laid out the way you want it, and just go in and knock it out.
Yeah, that's what I figure most of the home stuff is for, is to collect your ideas, present them to the band, and then once you get stuff, is just everyone to just kind of get their shit together to be able to put it down as professionally as possible when you get in there. And I mean, I've been playing live for 13 or 14 years, and I just started getting into studios. So I mean, it's I like the whole experience, And even if I got a decent job, I can kind of afford to do it every now and again, especially if everyone else is down to do it, because it's an awesome experience to be in there for 3 days and to see something go from a raw product into a finished product after 3 days, You
can show it off after,
Yeah. So it's I mean, I enjoy it. I'd like to do more of it, honestly.
Yeah, well, like you said before, I mean, it's just there's that money issue. So.
Oh yeah, it's always a money issue.
We just got the stimulus check, so.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe.
You did?
I got mine on Wednesday. Yesterday.
I got mine.
Food, man. I'm hungry, dog. I'm hungry.
I got mine on Wednesday also.
I haven't got mine. Let me check the account.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're
I'm buying books.
But I'm sure.
Come on, dog.
I'm sure your significant others have probably plans for that money already. So.
Oh yeah.
It's already gone.
She's like, remember them photographs I took?
Our anniversary's coming up next week.
You're gonna see a lot of brand new shoe boxes in your bedroom there.
Yep. There's a full closet already.
Oh, so when you go in, do you have a producer you work with, or you kind of produce your own stuff, or?
Well, with that one that we did on the run, we went to Black Room Studios. It's out in Bastrop. And Luke, he's great, man. He pretty much produced the thing by himself. He had, what was his name? Joey, I think, was his engineer.
Yeah.
But that was all them. But for this next one, we want to take a different approach. So we've been talking about doing it with Jonathan Tyler and have him produce it. Because, I mean, I'm such a big fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him years ago open for ZZ Top. And I just, like, fell in love with his music, with his record, and it sounded great. So I would love for him to do it whenever we got a chance to do it.
You know, when everything opens back up, I don't know how, like, you know, producers are even doing anything right now. If it's just over the net or whatever.
We recorded with the Zach Willard band that I still play with. We recorded during the pandemic, and you just got to kind of do it. I mean, obviously, when you're laying down tracks in the studio, everyone kind of does. We didn't do anything like a live recording. I think that's what Carlos kind of wants to do.
Right, yeah.
Live recording. The way we did it, because we used Luke and Black Room Studios also, and everything. I mean, the whole first day was just drums, and then I went in and did my part basically with just me and Luke in the room. Everyone kind of did their parts one at a time, kind of layered it like that. So we were able to get it all done during that. I mean, some guys are still doing it. I mean, you hear. I mean, people are still putting music out during this period of time.
Yeah.
So they're obviously recording it somehow, and usually they got a team, so it's just, you know, keeping it as safe as possible, you know?
Yeah, I know a few bands that are actually living together right now. You know, they went and...
Gross.
I know.
It's like in a relationship with 4 other dudes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You know...
You got to do it. You got to do what you got to do to... If you really want to do it, you got to make the sacrifices and live together and work together and do all that stuff.
Yeah, they're
or live on a couch, or live at your parents' house, or live wherever, because until the music starts paying.
Their whole thing was it's like, you know, we got this time of the pandemic, we can't do anything. Let's quarantine together and write music, and then.
Hey, Amanda, I'm moving in.
Amanda, I'm moving in.
We got a spare room over here.
and, you know,
I shower more than Walker, I promise.
That's not hard to beat.
It's not hard to beat.
That's not that big of a compliment.
I took one today.
Just for you, Bobby.
Nice.
Yes. See you next year, shower.
You didn't have to clean up for me. What are you talking about?
You know what he said when he got out? Overrated.
I want all the hype's about.
Overrated. Ugh, I don't get it. Why?
Chip, my whole thing with my day job, I didn't miss like one day throughout this whole thing because I work in, the aerospace industry. And so for me, it's like, we kind of have to go do our thing,
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the only week I had off was a snowpocalypse week. We didn't work that whole week. I was snowed in. I mean, the streets were ice and everything. And that's the only week that I could really do anything. So, or not do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I worked the whole time, but we were doing working at the brewery. We did a bunch of beer to go, and then we sold food while I let people come in. So I haven't really had any time off. And then I started doing more things at the brewery because I was like, I'm bored, and I saw I could do more, and now I do a whole bunch of stuff. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just been like, I'm bartending and play music. Now I'm all over the place.
Hey, so let me ask this question: since you guys are in the I'm not gonna say the restaurant business, but sort of kind of the bar business.
Service and bar, yeah.
The service industry there, that's better. You guys were kind of making it with curbside and stuff though, right?
For us, yeah, we luckily the brewery I work at, the community in Cedar Park just kind of embraced us and wanted us to be around. So they kind of, they came by and were buying beer to go every day and tipping the bartenders that were there. I mean, obviously everyone got less hours and all that, but they were taking care of us, man. And we still had to show up and do some work, but they took care of us, and didn't like doing it, but I got some reduced hours, unemployment stuff too. Had to hit that button. I don't like doing it, but I did it, and we were able to kind of be all right.
You pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know there was
my stimulus to pay my taxes.
Yeah, because I know there's some. there was
Stimulate that motherfuckers right back. You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
You got to keep your stimulus though, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Whenever it comes in.
I ain't seen it yet, man. I'm about to make a phone call real quick. What the? At least let me give it back.
I don't know if
At least let me return the favor, my guy. You know?
I don't know if you owe taxes, if you have to kind of give that money back, or if you can use that money to pay your taxes. I don't know how that works.
If they don't want me to use it
we're about to find out.
Cool, I'll keep it. Good call.
It was it was weird this year. I did my taxes like on a Monday, and by like the next Monday, I already had the return on my account. It was the strangest thing.
Wow.
Do that.
It was like a week. I didn't get that much, but I may have got a little bit back. But I mean, it was like a week. That's all it took. It's crazy.
Then they don't withdraw like that if you owe. You would think that would be the way that would happen, right? Like, I mean, I adjusted the taxes and they took that shit immediately. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I tell people that owe tax money. I said, man, do not fuck with the IRS because, man, you know, you could murder someone, murder a whole family, and you get less time, or you get more time than someone that, you know, rips off the government with taxes. You know,
after you.
Yeah, it's all all about, man. I've been in trouble with the law. They just want your money.
That's all it is.
Just a big
time was no big deal.
It's just a big business.
No, that on my head. It was the bill I couldn't do.
Kind of circling around. The reason why I asked you about videos is because every band that I talk to lately that's on here, always that first question out of their mouth is, "Hey, can you play our new video?" You know, I mean, I've had a ton of them on here.
Yeah.
And I'm set up to play videos now, which is really great. So.
Oh, sweet.
So, anyways, I was just wondering. That's why I think I talked to you about the video. So you guys have a video, and you're like, "No, we just have the one song or whatever," you know.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked about the video.
We've done nothing.
Just like, feel so.
The more questions you ask, the more I realize we have been
like, what am I
so unproductive. You know, like Carlos is like, "We're planning on doing this and this." I'm like, "Really?
You got any shows coming up?" No.
We just want to get that bat mitzvah, my man.
Hey, that's the big money. I can hook you up. I know some Jewish people. I hook you up with that.
There we go. Let's get it.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm down, man. We're charging now.
You got,
we need money.
You got to play some certain song. You got to play some Neil Diamond songs because you know.
Of course, yeah. We got to do it. Yeah.
Got to do the Neil Diamond.
Ba ba ba. You can do that, right?
I'll figure it out.
Sweet Caroline. Yeah, I've done it, man. I've played it.
Don't we all?
You got to do the whole, the whole Jazz Singer soundtrack too. They like that one, so.
There we go. Hey, whatever.
Hook it up, man.
Now we're becoming a cover band, man. You're convincing us to
That's
go.
True.
Like,
hey.
We just said we didn't want to do this shit.
Hey. No, that's a tribute band.
Money, man. Ooh, gotta be a little faster. We'll get it.
Let me tell you something. If you came out with a Neil Diamond tribute band.
A Neil Diamond cover. I don't know that many Neil Diamond songs.
You could. It's just like you're rolling up to an ATM machine, just rolling the money out.
Yeah. The cover band names just keep flowing though. The original band names, but
no, that's not as easy.
Diamond Cuts coming out next spring. Get ready.
That's the thing. That's the thing with band names when you go do them now. Is you have to Google every single one you come up with because
we did that for sure.
I had a band on the other night called Trine. Have you ever heard of those guys? It's Trine.
Okay.
So, anyways, their name's Trine, and there's a female singer in England named Trine, right? So they just put an ATX on the end of their name, so it's Trine ATX.
Perfect.
Great guys, great. I mean, a fucking killer band. And that was the first thing I asked. I said, "So what's up with the ATX thing?" And they explained the whole situation to me.
Very simple. Let me just tell you about that.
Yeah.
As soon as we got Lowdown Shakes, I immediately went on Facebook and Instagram and just anywhere online, just typed it in, and nothing came back. So, perfect.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the one.
No one else wanted it.
It's really strange with this podcast. There's actually another CobraCast podcast that it was from years and years and years ago, and I found it on YouTube, but they haven't done anything in I don't know, probably 6-7 years or whatever. So I took the name, I trademarked it, copyrighted it, and everything. So if they come back at me, it's like, well, you fucking snooze, you lose. You know what I mean, kind of a thing. So
about it now.
That these days you kind of have to do that. You got to trademark and copyright right away. If you find something you like and you want to use, because I'll tell you what, if there's another one out there, they'll come at you and they'll be looking for money. So
yep, yeah,
big time.
The money again.
It's always about the money.
It's business, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, man, thank you so much for doing this once again.
No, thank you for having us, man. I appreciate it.
I think one guy said something like you're getting your podcast cherry pop tonight or something like that. Who said that?
Brent. Yeah. I'm trying to give a thumbs up off camera. How do I do that?
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, way to go!
Well, I think in order for that to happen, you have to be in the studio. The Zoom stuff really doesn't count. It's just that's all I can do right now until I get everything rolling.
I'll let my mom drive me to Georgetown.
Hey, you could have done this tonight. I'm gonna open up. I think April 1st is gonna be the first one. So
I don't know if she can pick me up. That's the problem. Can you guys take me home?
Yeah, that's the thing, because I have the sponsorship from Iron Wolf Ranch and Distillery. So I think what I'm going to start doing is have people make sure they have Ubers to and from, because there's been some nights where people sleeping on my couch and sleeping in the studio, and girlfriends coming to pick them up, and I mean.
She's like, what are you guys doing?
It gets a little wild up here. I miss all that stuff, but it is what it is. And
yeah, you got to do it this way at some point. And we'd love to be there next time, man.
Oh, definitely. That's what I'm telling everybody who's coming on the Zoom. It's like, man, next time let's just when I open it up, come up and do a real episode. I'm not saying this is not a real episode, but
right.
It's a little different when everybody's in the room, kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Sure,
it's the best,
Be awesome.
Anyways. Thank you once again. I'm going to let everybody go, but thank you guys so much for doing this. And where can people find you on social media? You're on like Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff?
Yeah, we're on just on Instagram and Facebook. We don't do Twitter or any of that, but Facebook, Instagram, the Lowdown Shakes, and we got a website too, thelowdownshakes.com.
Oh, nice. So what I'll do is.
No, you don't know? Yeah. Just like that other show that I didn't tell you about. Yeah.
He's like, I've never been on your website.
Show without me.
He's like, we got a website? Cool. Let's go check that out.
Logo too. Did you know that?
What?
Hey, speaking of logo, who did the logo? The logo is really cool.
Carlos is tattoo artist.
Yeah, I sent it to my tattoo artist. I knew he was going to come up with something badass. Show your tattoo. Well, I mean, he's done. I'm not going to show my back right now, but he did this one, which is a resonator. Let me find the right angle. So it's a resonator just wrapping around my arm.
Oh, wow.
But he's Noah Chamberlain. He's very talented, and I just knew that he was going to be able to come up with something badass. So sent it to him as soon as we got the name, and he came back with that, and it was perfect.
That's a great logo.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Yeah, but what I'll do is when I do the I do this for everybody that comes on here. When I do the description on the audio episode, which goes up to to iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, and about I think I'm up to 35 different sites it's on now.
Nice.
That I'll put, for more information, I'll put your website in there so people can go check you out there.
Yeah, perfect. I appreciate that.
Awesome. It's awesome.
And thank you for what you're doing, man. I know you help the local music community a lot with it. So
man,
thank you for doing this.
Like I said,
need more things like this for sure.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's like I said, it's we're just trying to. Everybody's just trying to survive in this age right now. This whole 2020, and plus we're in 2021 now, and just trying to still support and promote and everything else, and trying to be safe and healthy and everything else. So if this is the only way we can do it right now, it's better than nothing. The way I look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Rock isn't dead. We just got to bring the motherfucker back.
Now, I don't, when people say rock is dead, it's not dead. It's hibernating, I think.
Yeah, it's just not mainstream anymore. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere.
I was kind of discouraged the other night because I watched the Grammys.
Yes,
oh my God!
Gave Eddie Van Halen 10 seconds of bullshit or something.
Yeah, but it was just the music the musical acts they had on there. It was fucking horrific. I'm like going, what is this shit?
Yeah.
There wasn't. I mean, there wasn't really. I don't think rock or metal was even. They didn't even closely have anything live that from that
I haven't
genre.
Watched the Grammys in years, man. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. My girlfriend likes watching it, so I watched it, and it was like a bunch of just hip hop and auto-tune shit.
All of the same. Yeah.
All the same
no
stuff.
Instruments on stage.
Nothing. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Fucking lip syncing and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
They can push play.
But but like I said, I honestly think everything comes around. You know what I mean? And sooner or later. And I don't think it's going to be very long from now. People are just going to get sick of autotune. And I'm not saying all hip-hop is bad. It's just like a lot of the stuff you hear on the radio now is total bullshit.
No, it really is.
And I think it's going to get to, to get to the point where I think the real rock and roll is going to rise to the top again. So it's just going to take a little while.
It's all just a cycle, you know. Like people get tired of the same shit, and then there's something else that comes up. Some kids in some garage in the Midwest are going to show up like and change the world with it, you know. So,
the next Guns N' Roses is going to pop out or something soon.
Yeah.
So
That's
what we're waiting for.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas,
Did I not tell you guys that either?
Some guys in Texas barely making it that are gonna crush.
I'll tell you what though, man. From the people I'm talking to, and Austin is so full of great musicians and bands, and it's all a lot of them are hard rock and metal, Yeah. And man, get ready because once this whole thing's over and like the venues start opening up again full time, you're gonna be seeing a lot of new bands and a lot of great stuff. I'm super fucking excited about it.
Oh yeah, it's coming for sure.
And you guys are pretty much brand new, and so I'll be out there checking you guys out, and hopefully that Dizzy Reed show kind of happens. I really want to come out and check that out.
Yeah, and hopefully by then it's a little bit more open, and
maybe we should look up the date to tell them when
it's May 13th.
May 13th.
Okay, is that what it was? Okay.
What day is that on?
It's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
A Wednesday.
Yeah, it did land on a
best
Wednesday.
day to rock, man. Hump day, right? Bam, get it in.
I'm gonna see if I can get like fucking Thursday off.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
I got a feeling I'll be around you guys and we fucking pulling back some drinks. So
yes, sir. It's gonna happen.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much again for doing this, and people out there, please go check out the Lowdown Shakes when they play. Go over to the Facebook page, like their page. Go over to Instagram, like that stuff, and go check out their new song. So,
cool.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Anyways, end the podcast the same way every single time, and I'm not going to change now. So, people, please try to do the right thing, because Lord knows most of you don't. And with that, we got another word from Iron Wolf, and then we're out of here. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.
Adios.